So we officially bought 5 acres, an older house towards Bryan College Station area, and I'm pretty excited because the grass was so tall. We just came out today. My husband weed eated this, and I came out with a machete and we just kind of cut back some of the grass. And then he weeded a little trail. So I was pretty excited. And we were walking through we'll just say pasture, and we were discovering quite a bit of really cool things. It looks like we have some either wheat or rye growing. There's a lot of amazing grasses. But towards the back, I was like, it smells different. And we knew that we had essentially a depression that maybe used to be a pond back here. So we kind of walked around. You can see Rose. She is built for this. She's a basset hound, so she is loving every second of exploring and the water that we found. And actually, I think I need to walk back over this way. Guys, if you're the type like me, sometimes I get dizzy when watching people walk. I apologize for that. You know, I know the camera shakes a lot, but I wanted to come through and show this. I guess he weed eated 2 areas. And then this is the trail. And so we cut some of the grasses back around here. And this apparently used to be a pond that was filled in, but it's the different smell we're smelling. It's like the muddier smell. And when we first put in the offer to buy this place, we had no idea it was here because you can't see it because how high this grass is. It's way taller than me. I'm just about 5'4", a little bit over. And so when we finally made it back here today, I was just like, we're exploring. I really want to see it. Then I realized this was the different kind of muddy smell we were smelling. We're from down on the Gulf Coast, so we're used to the marshy, swampy bay areas. And this kind of reminds me of home. But you can see it. It's a pretty decent size, you know, and I'm going to step in it. I'm in tennis shoes, so that wouldn't be a good idea. We know that we have snakes out here. Saw a pretty good sized snake in the middle of the road. I think my husband said that it was a water moccasin. I'm not incredibly sure, to be honest. There's Rose over there going through all the marshy water. I see that in here you can kind of see we have some duckweed over there, right in this area behind her. A little bit of green on the water. Hey Rose, what are you doing? Rosie? Hi Rose, pretty girl. She doesn't know if she's being told to get out of the water or not. But so it goes all the way around past where she is, past here. It looks like there might be some kind of game trail that kind of comes right through this area. And then it just kind of spreads out over here. I don't know if that's a game trail or there's more water back that way, because as you can see how tall everything is, we really are gonna have to get a tractor out here to mow. But there's a lot of movement in the water, so it's deep enough that it could have some small bluegill in it. Could definitely likely has minnows in it, and all kinds of beetles and bug life. But I'm wondering if we've seen a couple of game trails throughout our property, and I was kind of curious. We were both curious if maybe some hogs and deer come out here. Last night my husband saw a gray fox up by the shed and 3 deer towards the back of the pasture hanging out, but our grass is pretty tall, so it's hard to see exactly what's coming in and out of here. But it would be so cool to set up a little game cam and watch everything. She is having the time of her life. And just the tip of her tail. And I love me basset hounds that have the white tails. Especially, I love tricolors, but having the tip of their tail white, it makes it so easy to spot them when they're in brush. And sometimes she's so short, you'll just see her head pop up every now and then as she's running through. and just letting her explore. It's what she was bred to do, to be able to get through all of the shrubbery and grass without getting stuck. She's pretty muscular for being a small dog. I'm a little nervous about snakes, I'm not gonna lie. And they can be a bit aggressive. Hey Rose, come on out. So we can cut some of this grass down and see what's in there. You can get a good idea for about how deep it is. Hey pretty girl. Oh no, don't. Right through the pepper grass, of course. Oh, there's my sweet baby. Ooh, look how muddy you are. Look how muddy you are. She's getting lighter the older she gets. She used to be mostly black, and she's gotten a lot of red and some blonde coming through. Pretty girl. So yeah, I was so excited. I know we haven't shared a whole lot about the house and moving. There's been so much going on. I just graduated from school, from college, and there's just been a lot going on. But I thought tonight I'd take the time to kind of show off the property, and especially this water area. I have a lot of family that's going to want to see it too, so I can't wait to share this video and show all of this back here. I know we have our projects cut out for us, as you can see. It's just as far as the eye can see grass. So, but it's just 5 acres. The usable amount of land is like 4.98 acres. So, and that includes where the house is. So for me, we homestead in the city on less than 3/4 acres, 3/4 of an acre on 0.699, I think, or 6.98 or 6.8, something like that, for a long while. That's where all my getting videos came from, is growing food, you know, right next to town hall. It was a small town, but a lot of big city ordinances, because we're right on the Gulf, on the bay outside of Houston, kind of southeast of Houston. And so this is definitely a different experience. We found some scorpions in the house. There are plenty of things going on. So I'm used to growing up where there are plenty of rice farms and everything else, and timberland, because we have all the national forests, and going up to Sam Houston State Park. But actually owning some property up here and having slightly different critters, because you're really out in the country, not just a small town next to a big city. Yeah, it's definitely different. So it's pretty cool to get to see all the wildlife and what's happening around here. Part of me wants to stay out here and see what comes up tonight, and part of me is like, girl, you don't have anything on you. It's probably not the best idea. I don't even have so much as a machete right now, but I can definitely hear some movement around in the grasses. I would not be surprised. I can't really see any tracks anywhere, but I would not be surprised if hogs get up in here and lay down. I don't really see an area where they've wallowed in, but there are some areas where maybe, and we have seen some game trails, so it's definitely likely. On the back part of our property, it's just straight rail line. So and all of our neighbors own a pretty good amount of land, so yeah, who knows what's gonna come through here. I'm so excited to share it. I'm sure this video is a bit redundant, but it's so nice to be able to kind of show it off, and it's definitely going to be a different experience being able to have more animals, and maybe upscale the amount of chickens, and maybe get a slightly bigger garden. I'm not sure what all I'm going to share. We'll probably have some projects there's some updates in the house that need to be done. I'm going to paint some wood paneling. I know a lot of people aren't fans of painting the wood paneling, but it definitely has 40 or 50 years of wear and tear, and so I just want to make it my own and really love it. I'm not a fan of sheetrock, so we'll definitely have some various projects, get back to shooting videos more often, and I'm not going to be working for a bit because my job up here was an hour and a half from work, and I just didn't want to make the drive anymore. So it wasn't for me. So I figured I'll have some downtime, and we'll see where that takes us. I'm excited to share all of this with you guys.